Hey everybody, welcome to Face the Music. I don't have any music playing in the background on this episode, but I do have the sound of the waves. Take the Music has gone on the road for this episode, and I am in my hometown of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. I'm at my parents' cottage on the lake, where I spent a lot of time, in a lot of summers in my youth. And in the background, that little bit you can see just there sticking out, that's the feet of a local landmark called the Sleeping Giant, which is a rock formation that looks like a person laying on their back, sleeping with their arms crossed. Can't really see all of it here, unfortunately. You can just see that little bit there. And over here, it is my hometown. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you there. Hold on, bear with me. So that's the town. There, we're just a couple miles outside of town. So that's where I grew up. Oops, sorry guys. There we go. That's it. Now it's beginning of October, beginning to mid-October, and it is 3 degrees here. And so there'd be a lot more. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, the lighting's not that great. It's a bit cloudy today. Anyway, it's 3 degrees out here. It goes below zero. So it gets pretty cold in the winter. Minus 20, minus 25, lots of snow, that sort of thing. Anyway, so there's just a little glimpse of the outside. Let's head inside and I'll play some music for you. Gotta make sure I close the door because it gets too cold too fast. Anyway, okay, there we go. There's the lighting a little bit better. There we are. Now I've got a change of equipment today because I'm on the road. So I hope you can hear it. I've tested it all out, and it's all seems to be working fine. Now I'll just start this playing. The first band that I wanted to play for you, I had some technical difficulties and I couldn't actually get the music, unfortunately. And that was Parachute Club. And they were a one-hit wonder Canadian band, and they had a hit in the early 80s called Rise Up. Which was a great song, and I remember going to my first sort of dance, disco-y, whatever you want to call it, in university, and Parachute Club played that night, and that was my frosh week. So I substituted here Alanis Morissette, another Canadian. Anyway, you can check that out. It's on YouTube, but I couldn't actually get a copy. I couldn't buy a copy, unfortunately. But it's Rise Up by Parachute Club. So next I'm going to move on to, just bear with me a second. Here we go. So I hope you can hear that. I hope the sound's alright. This is a band called Bonham and a song called Wait For You. And Bonham, I want to say they're an 80s hair band, but they were popular in active and recording in the 90s. And they were formed by a guy called Jason Bonham, who was John Bonham from Led Zeppelin's son. And Jason was also a drummer. And if you have a look at their videos online, they've all got massive dues. So hair band at the highest order, I would say. And this is a song called Wait For You. And they're not active anymore. They're sort of an English/Canadian band. I think they probably consider it more to be an English band. And that's Wait For You. Next, I'm going to move on to a Canadian band called The Golden Dogs. And this is a song called Never Meant Any Harm from, I think, 2006. And they are a Canadian band formed in 2001, still active now. They have won a bunch of awards in Canada. Their live shows are supposed to be spectacular. Everybody raves about how great their live shows are. They've appeared with the Kaiser Chiefs, Razorlight, Canadian band. I can't remember if they're my Canadian episode, Blue Rodeo. I don't think I've had Blue Rodeo on yet. And to me, they're sort of they kind of remind me a bit of, like listening to not only this song, but other songs of theirs. They kind of remind me a bit of Split Enz, a bit of the B-52s, that sort of thing. And this is Never Meant Any Harm by the Golden Dogs. And the last song that I want to play for you today is by a band called Love and Thanks. And this is Summer's End by Love and Thanks. And I actually have a personal connection to this band. One of the members of the band is my cousin's son. And they're based in California, and they're just starting out, and they've had a bit of attention from Coldplay. Coldplay's mentioned them on their website. This is from last year, so 2013. They've just, I don't know if released is the right word, but they've just put a song up on their Facebook page, so check them out. They're called Love and Thanks, and yeah, they have a new song out called Resting Eyes, and they're getting a lot of attention, a lot of comparisons to Coldplay. Whether that be good or bad, that might work against them in some instances, but they're really, really good, and they are releasing I think an EP in November, so you might want to check them out. And I didn't actually mention the topic for today, and these are all bands that have members from Thunder Bay. So Parachute Club, one of the principal songwriters on Parachute Club, a girl called Laurie Colner, who no longer works in the music industry. She was born in Thunder Bay. She's from Thunder Bay. And in Bonham, there was a guy called Daniel McMaster, who was the lead singer of Bonham. Unfortunately, he passed away from an infection a few years back. But he was also from Thunder Bay. And the main founder, songwriter, singer of the Golden Dogs is a guy called Dave Azzolini, and he's from Thunder Bay. And his wife also does some of the singing duties in that band as well. I think they're really good, and you should really check them out. And then, as I mentioned, Love and Thanks, my cousin's son, who was born and raised in Thunder Bay and now lives in California, is the guitarist on Love and Thanks. So check out Love and Thanks. I can't recommend them enough. Look them up on Facebook. I bought this single on iTunes. So they have one single on iTunes, and they've got more coming out before the end of the year, I suspect. Anyway, so that's a little taste of some music from my hometown. Hope you enjoyed that. Check it out in a bit more detail. I just want to remind you, I have a little visitor behind me. I just want to remind you that I don't own the copyright to these songs. That rests with the copyright holder. And don't steal music. Buy all your music. Thanks for watching.